Yeah, there he is. Probably come over here and say, what happened?
Probably came by snowmobile.
Yeah. Evening.
Hi, Alex.
Snowed in?
We got hammered over there.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't get hardly anything, as you can
We
see.
didn't. No.
I've got some, I had some green grass still in my backyard.
I was gonna say, I don't think I had an inch
I
or so.
feel
in
so
the
much better than
driveway.
yesterday, but I started coughing more, so I'm like,
Easily
Nancy,
14 inches down.
Oh, yeah,
Easy.
I saw that.
I hate masks, but I'm like, well, at least
Yeah.
I didn't want chicken out
Yeah,
either.
maybe that's where it. We can skip our just. Yeah, honestly. Where's the beach we be talking about?
Well, that's a
Sure, my identity.
Democratic County, are they gonna get all that snow?
It's better than blurring it.
Keep them tied up that way.
Glad you made it.
You know, Alex,
Booting up Rocket Lloyd.
St. Joe County Democratic
Didn't
You
go
don't
County.
have an umbrella,
Yeah, snow over there. We don't get
on
it.
your desktop?
We live right.
That's fair.
Sometimes it pays to be on the other side.
I tell you. Hey, done won that one. We were, went down in Indy yesterday. Driving home, right when it was getting heavy, and 31 was snow covered from Kokomo north. And it was a very difficult drive.
It would be. Yeah, New Carlisle, man, they were right in dead center with
Yeah.
that band, and it hammered them.
Yeah.
The winds were so bad.
There's a moment there. Somewhere in the-
Unbelievable.
There's a moment.
I almost slid through onto Division Street on the way to work
30
this
to
morning.
36 inches in Carlisle. area.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was
I talked about that when I got here
the
today.
biggest I seen today, I thought was 17 or 18 inches.
Well, I mean, that was at 4 o'clock this
Still,
morning,
a lot of
so.
snow.
All right, good evening, everybody. It is 7 o'clock and we will call this meeting to order. Today is Thursday, January 15th, 2026 at 7 PM. We'll call this meeting of the Bristol Town Council to order. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Dustin, you want to lead us tonight?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. On the roll call, start to my left, Doug D. Smith. Here. Dean Renfro. Here. Kathy Burke.
Here,
Greg Dolsky.
Here,
Jeff Beachy's here. Chief Deputy Dustin Lundgren. Here. Legal Counsel Alex Bowman. Here. Town Manager Mike Yoder. Here. Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli.
Here.
And Fire Chief Nick Cantz.
Good evening.
Good evening. Everybody had a chance to review the agenda,
yes.
Yes.
okay? Any additions, corrections, or additions?
Nope.
Okay, not, the agenda will stand as published. Next item, approval of the invoices,
make a
2025 and 2026 to date. Everybody had a chance to review those?
yes.
Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the invoices 2025 and 2026 to date.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky.
Yes,
And Jeff Beach is a yes, motion carries. Next, we have approval of the minutes. We have minutes from December 16th, 2025 work session and council executive meeting, and meeting minutes from the December 18th council meeting. Everybody had a chance to review those?
yes,
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
make a motion, we approve them.
Okay, motion by Dean,
second,
second by Kathy, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
yes.
Greg Dolsky.
yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries. Okay. Next item on the agenda will be the planning and development items. First up is consideration of the tabled Bristol rezoning. from the county. Is there a motion to take this rezoning off the table?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug. I will second that. So motion by Doug, second by Jeff. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith
No.
to pull it off the table.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Confuse me, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach, yes. So it is back on the table. So look at Alex for procedural.
Well, the map ordinance amendment, that is the item of business that's before the council.
Okay.
There have been no changes to it.
Okay.
The discussion, at least, to my understanding of it, is the zoning map change. It would be subject to, the acceptance of written commitments of the moving party, that had been discussed. The council at this point, this would be like any other item of business before the council, subject to open discussion among council members, and then a motion either for or against, and a vote accordingly.
Okay.
If I could add, so the developer has agreed, we talked about commitments at the last meeting after the public hearing. The developer has agreed to those commitments, and those are formalized in a document.
Okay, are they on the screen?
They are clear at the
Okay.
bottom. I thought I had them at the top. but-
Okay, that's fine.
There you
So these are the commitments. Okay.
are.
So I know there's several people here tonight interested in this discussion. So just to kind of reiterate what we talked about last time, we had the public hearing at the last meeting where we heard public comment, both for and against. We're not going to reopen the public comment section this evening, simply because the only thing that we really had on the table for the developer from the last meeting was the issue of rentals. And just to reiterate that these will all be owned properties. Just like a regular residential, single-family home. An individual will buy the house and it will be owned by an individual. We had asked the developer at the last meeting if they would consider a complete ban on any rentals of those properties. We've had conversations with the developer since then. We've also had discussion with legal counsel. And Alex, do you want to talk about what we can and what we cannot enforce when it comes to rental properties from a legal standpoint, just so everybody hears it from our legal counsel?
Certainly. So from a legislative standpoint, as a legislative body, there's only, state law only gives you so much room to legislate on the issue of short-term rentals. And when we talk about that, there's really two ways that those can be impacted. One would be through a zoning ordinance, and then one would be through an ordinance of your own. Statute really ties your hands a bit as far as the type of enforcement that you can have as a town body on your own fruition against short-term rentals. And then when we look at the zoning ordinance, other than use of that property, there aren't contained in it restrictions on rentals in the sense that they'd be regulated. So and I think if you'd like, I can touch on how the written commitments play into that. I don't want to get too up the field of.
Sure, yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Visual. So as a legislative body, you don't have the authority to just outright say no rentals. that's not something that's within your purview. In the same breath, legislating short-term rentals, I mean, even into that 6-month period, as a matter of ordinance is dicey for you as a legislative body, given the body of state law. So what the commitments here, what the written commitments provide is part of the request for rezoning, for request to change the zoning map. What this contemplates is the developer has agreed to restrict how property is used as a matter of covenant, as a matter of private contract between the developer and any subsequent purchasers of these lots. So the issue with the lease restriction that's contemplated here is an agreement that the developer would impose upon his own property and would convey any of those properties that are conveyed to subsequent owners would be subject to the restriction that that no rental of less than 6 months would be permitted. The enforcement mechanism there would be the HOA. It would be a dispute among property owners. And that's about as far as the town can go to restrict rentals in the way that the council has discussed it would like to. So that's essentially the legal recommendation here is this is about as good as you can get to effectuate the policy change that you've discussed and would like to see. So that's why the written commitments have been drafted the way that they are.
Okay. So thank you for that. So just to kind of boil it down, I like layman's terms. So thank you. Unfortunately, the town of Bristol, nor the county of Elkhart County, nor the state have any legal recourse to prohibit rentals of any property, whether it's an apartment complex or in the case of the townhomes, which are owned properties by a property owner, we have no way to enforce any way of disallowing rentals. What the developer has agreed to on their own and a commitment that you see in front of you on the screen is they have agreed that they will only allow rentals of 6 months or longer, if they'll even be allowed. And they will be enforced by the HOA. They won't be enforced by the town, by the county, or by the state, because they simply cannot be. So the developer has agreed in this document that a rental would only be allowed if it was 6 months or longer. And furthermore, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, it will be put in front of the HOA after the first phase is complete, if the HOA will even allow rentals after that. Is that correct? Is that a correct statement, Deborah or Alex?
That's, yes and no. What's contemplated here in the commitments is that there's a discrete number of units, a discrete number of lots that would need to be sold before the issue would be revisited by the HOA. So
Okay.
essentially, that restriction, that 6-month rental restriction that's contemplated here would remain in place until 18 of the umpteen lots have been sold. And at that point, then the HOA could revisit amending the covenants that govern and apply to all of those lots as to whether that restriction would continue. And that's essentially,
Okay,
that's kind of how that functions.
okay,
If
okay.
you're saying, yeah.
Thank you. Additionally, so that's the rental portion of it. Additionally, we asked for additional trees to be planted along the property line within the fence. The county ordinance, the county requirements are 3 for every 100 feet. The developer has agreed to 5 every 100 feet, and those would be pines, faster growing pines, so that it would give more privacy. The last one was the existing home located on the property currently would not be part of the HOA, but it would be refaced to match the exterior of the new properties. So with that said, I will call for a motion from council as to approving the rezoning request. Hearing none, I will make a motion that we approve the rezoning request. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Jeff, second by Doug. Vote for discussion. No further discussion. I'll take a vote. Doug DeSmith,
No.
Dean Renfro,
No,
Kathy Burke,
No,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is a yes. So the zoning does not pass. Okay. All right, next order of business. We have a Timbren 5-year phase-in request.
Council. So new business wants to come to town and this looks like an exciting business for the town as well. And we have David here from BDC to introduce the other David. The other David, introduce the project. It has been supported and it does qualify for a 5-year tax phase-in due to some unique qualities of this business. And I'll let whoever you choose.
I'm happy to go.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, members of council. Now, I probably make some mistakes in how I address people, so I apologize for that.
We're just regular folks, so don't feel any pressure.
No, I don't feel any pressure. So I'm gonna tell you 3 things. First of all, who our company is, so you have some knowledge of who we are. Secondly, what our plan is. And thirdly, do you know, I should do something else first. I should introduce David Jones. He's my Vice President of Finance. And I should also say, I'd like to thank David Damarov for his assistance. He has been working with us right through. He has been very helpful. And he does you guys proud. Anyway, Timbren Industries. If I told you how the name came about, you'd probably laugh, so I'll tell you. Timbren. My wife is Brenda. My brother-in-law is Tim. And that Tim Bren. And the company was formed in 1968. It's a family-owned company and remains a family-owned company. In the last few years, we've gone through some significant expansion, growth, and our main products deal with suspensions and suspension assists, so that trucks, especially trucks, light-duty trucks, but we also have these kits for all kinds of trucks to give additional support to those vehicles. Just as an aside, it's a fantastic product, and it has served us well. And the basis of the kit is a hollow engineered rubber spring. They come in different hardnesses and different shapes and sizes. We have something like 300 of them altogether. And we designed the brackets so that they can fit under any vehicle that they need to fit under, front or rear axle. Now, what we're doing here is something a little bit different. We developed a product. We've been working on this for the last 1.5 years. And in conjunction with, some of the serious axle manufacturers in Indiana, and you have some, it looks like it's going to be a winner. As a result of that, we're building this facility down on Stone Mountain 120, and it's we bought an 18-acre plot of land, 18.6 actually, and we will we're starting off, we're building a 50,000 square foot building. But the reason I wanted to buy a land that was sufficiently large was so that we could go through several iterations, several expansions. And because we believe that this will be a long-term, highly successful, and highly worthwhile project. And we just, you know, when I was shown around by the realtor, he showed me this lot, and I thought, what a perfect place. It's a beautiful lot, and Bristol is a terrific place to build it. So as a result of that, we're focused here. Now, how will this project benefit Bristol? That's a reasonable question. Number one, it's a gradual growth. The first year that we introduce this product, it's not going to blow the roof off any vehicle, but over time, we expect it to gain recognition in the first year. And I have sufficient support from some major players in the axle business to realize that this is actually going to happen. Once it does, we're going to start off with a small number of employees, perhaps 10 in the building. But over the years, and very soon, it will expand. We expect this to be on every towable RV, down to not just RVs, but utility marine trailers as well. So that we've got a lot of growth to go through. It will expand rapidly once it, you know, people understand what the product is and how it's going to work. Incidentally, I should also say, and I Timbren is a family-owned business. I said that already. It's a Christian family. We have a foundation. And the foundation, our profits go to two places. They go into the foundation or they go into business development. We're not people who live high off the hog. So that is what we intend to do. I'm proud to say that my eldest son is doing a fantastic job heading up marketing now. And I expect that he will, as you can see, the man standing before you is a man of some age.
No wrong with that.
Hey, me too.
Well, I don't want to be doing this into my 90s. I've already passed the previous milestone, so I've got to be careful. But anyway, that's what we're doing. That's what we want to do. And we hope that it will bring a lot of benefits to the town of Bristol. We think that we could be a great asset to Bristol, and I think that Bristol could be a great asset to us. So we live in, you know, working together. And I thank you for that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Do you want to say anything?
I think you said it very well.
I've been practicing for 14 days.
It's just the business development Stone Mountain.
Just west.
Yes, west here, yeah, so it's the one that's just on to the 120.
So it'd be east of, on the east side of Stone Mount Drive,
Yeah.
Yeah,
across from MJB.
Like, you've got the paperwork for that, or don't we need to read it?
It's on screen.
Yes, well, what else do you?
That again.
Yeah, okay.
My computer died.
On the score sheet, you know, part of our intent to be business friendly is we create score sheets and we have this process. So the adjusted score is 51.3 and 51 is what qualifies for a 5-year. What really, the wages are Wages are a nice median wage for our community, lots of nice employee benefits. But what really puts this, helps qualify this for the 5 years, that it hits one of our targeted industries, which is automotive tier 1 and tier 2 production. So it's part of that,
An RV related.
yeah, yes, I'm trying to think of a nicer term. Diversification, yes. So there is some connection to RV. I mean, most things do, but there are other applications as well. So,
I think
it fits our formula.
anybody's in, sorry to interrupt, I think if anybody's interested, timber.com is the website, and you'll see the application basically for every pickup truck to hauls, to tow and things like that.
Could,
So it's sometimes it's easy to, the visual will be, it'll tell you right there and then.
not only that, but it could apply to satellite, their satellite, I don't know what they call those potty trailers, I don't know. You know, the trailers that satellite,
Well, yeah, that'd be similar like RVs. Those are basically RV suspensions. on
Portable
those.
is that what it is?
It's that rubber net right there. Yep.
Yeah, there.
I don't know if those go on porta potties or not, Kevin. Is that what you're talking about?
Satellite has
Well, the trailers.
trailer.
they have
Oh,
the-
their trailer. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's basically an RV suspension. with
Where have
portable.
you been?
I would just ask it. Video.
That your son?
That was my son.
One of the unique characteristics of AN rubber springs is a little something called hysteresis. Hysteresis is the ability of the rubber spring to self-damp. In other words, these act much like mini shock absorbers, which is why a product provides such a great ride quality even when the vehicle is fully loaded. The last thing that you need to know about AN rubber springs is that they have a progressive spring rate, which is just a fancy way of saying the more weight applied to them, the harder they work to keep your vehicle sitting level.
Okay, very cool.
Nice.
And this is real estate only business.
Okay,
The only thing I haven't told you is what our new invention is, but we're gonna have an official opening for that, that's why.
okay.
Any questions?
No.
Do we want to hear from EDC? Are you,
He's covered it quick.
okay,
And this is a project that we were excited about once we heard about it, because of how it does help in that diversification. Not that we are all very thankful for the RV, marine and everything of this, but we can add a diversity, plus they can actually, they're looking to augment some of their company, or some of their business into that area, so it just kind of works really,
Yeah.
really good. It's a
Yeah.
good project.
and I think diversifying into tier 1 automotive is a huge benefit
Yeah.
for the town.
Something we don't have.
All right. So to that point, is there, let's see, are we resolution here, Alex?
This is resolution number 115-2026-02,
Okay,
which is the declaratory resolution.
okay, so this is first reading.
You'll adopt, if you're inclined, you'll adopt this, and then that will start the process of notifying the overlapping taxing jurisdictions, and then a confirmatory resolution to be heard at the first meeting in February.
So we're not doing the confirmatory today as the,
That's correct.
as
This
the
is just a
schedule
declaratory.
says. Okay.
Okay. So is there a motion to pass the
It's a
declaratory?
declaratory. I see what you're looking at. I'm not sure how that made that to the agenda. It is a declaratory resolution, not a.
Yeah.
I make
Let's
a
see.
motion, we approve declaratory resolution 115-2026-2.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Dean, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Dougie Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carries. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Kathy, you found the mistake I planted.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I did it again, didn't I?
Okay,
I think you do it to test me.
I do.
Mike, you are up next.
All right, first item is the 2026 Baker Tilly contract, similar to last year in style and format. So we've established a,
Annual
annual,
contract.
annual contract
Yep.
with an annual price, and then it, not only talks about the scope of the agreement, but also if there are additional hours, what those hourly rates are.
Do you know what is it an increase over last year? I'm just curious what percentage.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
don't know what percentage, but it is a small increase. They increased our hours from last year because we did exceed that in 2025.
Okay,
So that caused the increase of the,
but it wasn't significant, like 10, 15%.
no,
Probably, okay.
it wasn't that high, but I don't,
I don't recall.
can't look it up.
It was. Kind of hard to do business without them, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell me.
okay. So I'll call
Almost
for,
like attorneys.
call for a motion to approve the Baker Tilly contract.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
Second.
second by Kathy. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Okay, I'll skip B for now and reserve that for the end. So we have a series of state revolving fund disbursements. These are contracts you've approved. This is a perfunctory exercise. If you want to go through them individually, we can, or you can approve C through H in one motion.
For matter of record, I'll go through and read each one. So, disbursement 50, number 50, in the amount of $77,297 and retainage of $4,068 to Niblock. SRF number 43, Commonwealth Engineering, $29,082. SRF number 44 to Crosby Construction, $898,030 with $47,260 of retainage. Disbursement 47 to Phoenix Fabricators, $33,667 and $1,772 in retainage. 48, Phoenix Fabricator is $60,438 with $3,181 in retainage. And 49 to JPR, $19,975 for the water project. Is there a motion to approve all these SRF disbursements?
Make the motion.
Okay, motion by Dean,
I'll second.
second by Greg. Open for discussion.
Yes. What is the difference between the two for 47 and 48? They're both Phoenix Fabricators. And they only say water project, F and G.
F and G.
Probably different scopes of the project.
Yeah, just different components of the project. So, yeah, I don't know what else we could look at the details. I only included the cover sheets, but it's,
There's a disbursement schedule,
yeah.
so depending on when they completed the work.
These are the folks that are building the water tank. So these are
Right,
wrapping up
right, I understand
payment
that.
for the tower and what
Okay.
they've done so far.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Not, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Item I is a payment to Reith Riley. This is pay app number 1 for the Community Crossing Grant 2025-1. You may recall that you've already approved pay app number 2. And I guess I just didn't notice that they never sent us pay app number 1, but they finally figured out they didn't.
Okay.
What actually happened is that they sent it to the wrong email. And the way our process works, you send us a bill and we pay it. If you don't send us a bill, it doesn't
We don't
get
pay
paid. Yeah.
Was that St. Joe?
Yes,
This is Reith Riley, right?
yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because they took too long.
Well,
Well, that said, is there a motion to approve patient number 1
we would have figured this
for
out.
CCMG 2025-1?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Doug,
I'll second it.
second by Dean. Vote for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Joking aside, that there is an auditing process at the end of this process that Kathy would have figured out we did not pay them the full amount, so.
Yeah.
It would have been caught.
Yeah, it would have been caught anyways.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank you.
project updates, not, well, the
No pictures.
wastewater treatment plant, is, we're moving along, we're about 2 or 3 weeks behind, I forget right now, so there's been some additional time that's being added to that project. But they're about ready to start filling one of those tanks and start transitioning. So that's that. The water tower, we're not sure. The tank guys are supposed to have shown up last week, I think, start building the tank, but they haven't shown up yet. And maybe there's snowbound in Texas. I'm not sure where these guys are coming from this, so. Street lights now. So March 1st is coming, and it's coming fast, and that's when this project is ready to kick off, the NDOT project.
Yeah.
So I'll be informing all the town, and you guys will be the first to know that the street light's gonna be the first thing that go. And so NIPSCO at some point in the next couple of weeks will be cutting the power to our street lights, and we will start taking them down. So downtown's gonna be very dark for the rest of this year, probably. We're going to work and figure out if we can keep the streetlights on the east side of that stoplight and the west side of the stoplight there until we get to that phase. But in between, everything's gonna be killed. And,
Do we have streetlights on the telephone poles?
No.
Can we
They
talk to
can't put-
NIPSCO about that?
temporary,
Could they put some lights up for us, or could we put some lights up?
I don't know why they couldn't. I mean,
oh, well, it's NIPSCO, there may be a
I
reason.
think we know a guy that's wiring for it.
oh, I mean, of all places,
It would take you about a week, wouldn't it, John?
all places to not have light would be businesses. And that's,
Well, I know, we were thinking we'd have all of the businesses with Christmas lights on their buildings and light up the downtown that way, but I'll ask, that's a good idea, at least we get some lights here.
Yeah, get some
What's gonna be
of those.
Yeah, it's gonna be till, well, I don't know, I'm hoping we have the new street lights up before snow flies, so,
Really?
yeah, they should be done with this section
which year?
this year.
This year.
The last phase will be 2027. So this is going to go into next spring.
Do we know how far they're going west?
Yes.
Can you share?
Share that with us.
Share that with us?
I keep getting asked this question. I keep looking it up and I keep forgetting exactly where, but it's out there a little ways. It's beyond the Neil.
Well,
So it's
originally it
very
was gonna go to the treatment plant, but I think they backed it down to
They'll
about,
be doing some mill and fill out to the treatment plant, but the bigger part of the project is to the east of the treatment plant.
yeah.
So
the
it's
I-
full-
I think
full
it's-
depth was-
Hellbent.
The full depth's down by my place, that area.
Right, so
It
they're
was mill and
they
fill
go
out to the
beyond
treatment
the
plant.
museum, because we're gonna be putting a new entrance there. They'll be going beyond that, and there's Camille's. And I'm not sure.
So it's all the way to Hillbish, maybe.
Maybe so.
And I think they're gonna mill and fill all the way to the.
Yeah,
treatment
See,
plant.
Jill says
The
Hillbish.
assistant town manager says it's too hill.
That's what they told us last week, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
But the mill and fill and everything is only to Hillfish?
Yes.
Okay, 'cause
Short
then
Manor Hillbush right.
they
in
changed the
vicinity.
blueprints then.
yeah.
okay.
Well, and there may be some more changes. We, next week will be our first meeting with, Reese Riley, and if we start this, we'll be meeting every week with them. And, you know, I hadn't thought about this, but the town manager of Middlebury has to be included in those meetings, because what happens here can affect Middlebury's traffic as well, so. It's a good thought.
I never thought about that.
The last thing I have is in front of you is, something that, so Jill is not only deputy clerk treasurer and assistant town manager. She is also any other duties as assigned. She's also becoming our downtown summer event coordinator, but she's also HR. So Jill came up with this idea for all of our employees. This is mine.
No,
No.
I created a dummy.
Oh, it's not mine? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You're,
So Jill's gonna explain a little bit about this.
so what we did for all the employees was created a full compensation plan. So that right there is just for a generic employee, just to give an idea of what that's gonna look like for each of the employees to see basically the wages of 2025 along with the benefits, meaning medical, what the town pays, what their portion was, retirement, health savings account. Just to give a visual for the employees to see what the actual compensation package is, because sometimes we know how much we make hourly. We don't realize what the town goes above and beyond in compensation wise.
Okay.
It's a good idea. Every company I've ever worked for has done a benefits review.
Yeah,
And
So-
a lot of people don't know what benefits they get besides the regular salary.
and it's also a good visual for some that are not taking advantage of some of those benefits, as in like retirement.
Right.
But it's just something for, the employees just to get a visual for. So I'll be going over that with each of our employees next week.
Nice idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jill's been working on that for 2 years.
Well,
Not really.
not all the time.
The concept of it though.
The concept, yeah.
Put it into play.
This example for twenty
That
twenty-four.
explains it. I wonder what that was about.
I want to make a motion that we get Jill some Excel classes. Took you 2 years.
Oh, no, the concept,
Okay.
yeah.
If you're gonna pay me, I can teach her.
Not paying.
Okay, that's the end of my comments tonight, unless there's questions on project.
Okay, anybody have questions for Mike?
No.
Okay, Kathy, what do you have for us tonight?
I have an additional appropriation to put before you tonight, and this goes along with the Reeve Riley that was on the table. So anytime that we do a CCMG project, we should also immediately ask for an additional appropriation for those funds that we were granted, which I did not do last year.
Okay.
So this is that portion of that. This, I am asking for a request to publish and advance to second reading. This is in the amount of $356,164.65. Ordinance number 2-19-2026-1.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Kathy. I'll second that. Motion by Kathy, second by Jeff. Open for discussion? No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Dr. Smith?
Yes.
Dean Renfro?
Yes.
Kathy Burke?
Yes.
Greg Dolsky?
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Anybody have anything for Kathy?
Nope.
Okay. If not, Dustin, what do you have for us tonight?
Steve's out sick. He apologizes for not being here.
Well, tell him that's no excuse.
Play on me.
Yeah. He's like Greg there tonight.
He asked that I read the monthly report for December of 2025, and then with that, I'll give some yearly totals.
Okay.
So the police department, we had 94 citations in December, for a total of 896. 60 warnings in December, 829 total warnings. 606 calls for service in December of 2025, 6,056 for the year. We pounded 11 vehicles last month with 102 for the year. Drove 18,664 miles last month, 203,371 miles for the year. We took 55 cases last month, 629 total for the year. Of those 55, 2 were warrants. I had a fraud, 8 possession of marijuana, 2 operating while intoxicated, 2 harassment, 5 driving while suspended priors, 3 never receiving the license, 8 crashes, 9 miscellaneous cases, 1 burglary, a possession of meth, 1 resisting law enforcement, 2 thefts, 2 intimidation, a found property, and 2 domestic batteries. For the year, we had 44 warrants, 9 fraud, 46 possession of marijuana, 32 operating while intoxicated, 3 operating while intoxicated felonies, 3 harassment, 65 driving while license suspended prior, 57 never receiving the license, 115 crashes, 47 miscellaneous cases, 8 burglaries, 8 possession of meth, 2 possession of paraphernalia, 13 resisting law enforcement, 30 thefts, 5 intimidations, 7 found property, and 13 domestic batteries. We also had, for the yearly total, we had 3 filed needed services, 6 possession of controlled substance,
1 animal cruelty, 3 criminal trespass, 7 child molest, 5 habitual traffic violators, 5 criminal mischief. We have 1 welfare check report, 2 invasion of privacy, 1 runaway, 1 illegal consumption of alcohol by minor, 1 sexual battery, 2 false informing, 3 death investigations, 1 dog bite, 1 incorrigible, 3 auto theft, reckless driving, 5 batteries and a strangulation. We had 627 and a quarter hours of overtime for last year. And then for the enforcement, last month, we had 1 animal enforcement, 10 illegal parking, 1 nuisance issue, 3 miscellaneous. And then we had three of those were citizen complaint, 12 were code enforcement officer initiated. For the year, there were 6 animal complaints, 111 illegal parking, 29 nuisance, 24 miscellaneous, 3 trash on property, 3 litter and dumping, 3 loud noises, 8 abandoned and junk vehicles on property, 1 abandoned junk vehicle on the street, 129 high grass, 189 signal signs and devices, 1 tree and bushes, 2 vehicles for sale on grass, and so there's 458 by the code enforcement officer and 50 were citizen complaints. So we had a very busy 2025.
We did.
Sure did.
Steve may not have shared this number with you, and I'm not sure I want to steal his thunder, so I'm not going to entirely. But at a chiefs meeting this last week, they were doing some comparisons. I want Steve to bring to you guys the source of the number of calls Bristol Town does compared to me.
We took more cases and more calls.
Yeah.
So it's,
We need to get them streetlights put up then.
Yeah.
What gets me is the number of people driving suspended or driving or have never had a license.
Yeah.
I see that more and more and I'm going, it's crazy.
Yeah, very busy, and we're on that big track, just based on what we have in the first 15 days of this year, those numbers will all probably be higher.
And those numbers also add to the 115 crashes, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're at I took case 27 already.
Wow.
Wow.
No other ones yet, right? Yeah, 27.
We've got a long night ahead of us. So for our residents, if you think we're a small town, we're not.
No.
These guys do a lot of work that bigger cities than us do not do. I'm amazed at what you guys put up with and what you deal with. I'm thankful for every one of you, Chandler, Dustin, and entire staff. I appreciate more than you know. You guys keep us safe, and I appreciate it. Yeah.
We appreciate it too.
As much as we are the little town of Bristol, we're East Elkhart, East South Bend, East Mishawaka.
Pass through town.
We're the little big town.
We're a big town. We grow 10 times the size during our normal business day.
Yeah.
If not, more. We
Yeah.
go
Oh.
from 1,700 to almost
Yeah.
12,000.
I was gonna say, so we're almost, we're at least 7 times our normal size during the day.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of this
Yeah.
comes from.
And what floors me is with your flock investigations. I mean,
Yeah.
you could have how many officers doing nothing but responding to those every day? What, 3, 4?
The flock ones, we could literally do that in probably an hour. We could do 3 or 4 now.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Do I explain what flock is to people that don't know?
Top secret.
Secret.
It's not top secret. There's license plate your cameras that are posted around town. And they're on the public right of way. They can read license plates. We can enter vehicles that are stolen, people of interest, wanted people in those. And suspended drivers, people not having valid licenses. Other investigations from other agencies, we have access to those. It gives us alerts. I mean, it's literally probably at least 3 now, if not more. Oh, definitely more. That camera goes off.
Yeah. So amber alerts, silver alerts.
Amber alerts, silver alerts. There's a lot of things we can put in there.
We installed those, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
I think about 2 years.
2 years ago. So-
Very helpful investigations.
They're very discreet, but they're right there in public, so
So
15 south, 15 north, 20 east and west and Division Street. You'll see a little black pole, you'll see a black pole with a black camera with a solar panel on it. That's reading license plates that come into
we
town,
just used it earlier this week to solve a hit and run.
so. It's a helpful tool for these gentlemen to use to keep us safe. So,
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
anybody have any other questions for Dustin or Chandler? Well, Chandler's here. Welcome, Chandler. No. Okay, well, we thank you for all that you guys do to keep us safe, and we pray that you stay safe as well.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, well, let's jump to our next group of heroes. Nick, what do you have for us tonight?
Group of heroes, that's a long shot.
No, no, it is not.
110 calls in December, 476 responses. For our year-end totals, we did 1,220 calls in 2025 with a little over 4,900 responses. Anything from ambulance calls to cats and trees. So that's what we did. Still short one full-time person. But we do have a couple irons in the fire. I keep saying that every time we get a couple in, we look at them and then it just goes down. So, yeah, it's a never ending process. We do have some of our members starting additional education. A couple of us are taking instructor 2 school. One's going to advanced EMT school, another one's starting EMT school. So we're excited about that for those folks, just to better improve themselves in the department. Just want to remind our citizens that it's getting colder this weekend, like single digits. So a lot of the extra heating elements such as space heaters and things, plug them directly into the wall. Do not use extension cords, do not use power strips, none of that fancy stuff. They get real hot real fast. That's the electrician guy right here, and I'm sure he knows all about that. So just use your brain. If you have questions, feel free to call us or your local electrician. They'll help you.
Smoke detector is a big thing.
Yes, sir, very much so. If you're gonna be out, dress in layers, hats, gloves, protective blankets in your car in case you get broke down on the toll road for 4 hours for the car wreck or something. So take extra stuff, right? And most importantly, our new engine, the town's new engine is on the line. I've added some pictures for you all. They're a little sideways, but that is the start of the process.
We can rotate.
Yeah.
That's just
That's how we don't want it.
Hopefully it doesn't run that way.
Yeah,
Hey,
look at that.
There it is. Tires are a little off kilter yet.
ought to be cheaper to buy the little ones.
Yeah.
It is darker in color.
It is very much darker. Yep, that's the deal, the American LaFrance red, which we've had on our department since, I don't know. Danny
Long
Lee.
time.
Yeah, I mean, long time, so that's what we went with. Brought that back, so. Yeah, so as we get more and more pictures, we'll pass them along as well and bring them every month and hopefully April-ish, we'll be able to go pick it up maybe, but we'll have a in-between meeting where we go and. So.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's done in Ohio, right?
it is. Ohio.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
Anything else, Nick?
that's it. Thank you very much, all.
Well, a special thank you to you guys for yesterday. I know it was a busy day,
Monday was too.
so, yeah.
Monday was very
Yeah,
busy.
special thanks for all you guys did to help out all the other departments. It was obviously a huge group effort out there on the toll road, so.
Yeah.
And Nick, you said you stayed here?
Yep.
Jimmy, were you out there?
He came in and we had another guy that came in. We were supposed to have a meeting last night, a training meeting, and they stayed and the others went. So we were able to handle a couple of the calls while they were on over. So it was a
Good.
team effort by everybody.
Thank you for that. And as always, we pray that you guys stay safe as well, and thank you for all you do for us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Right. Park board report. Do we have a report tonight?
I don't think so.
I don't see Linda. Okay. If not, we'll jump over to Alex. What do you have for us tonight?
Thank you, sir. Tonight, one resolution for you. This is resolution number 1-15-2026-1, which is a resolution of the town council approving and amending declaratory resolution of the Bristol Redevelopment Commission and order of the Elkhart County Plan Commission. As the council will recall, this relates to the expansion of amendment to an expansion of the consolidated State Road 15 TIF to include the regular golf course property. So this is the intermediary step in that process where the council has approved its declaratory resolution. It has gone before the plan commission. The plan commission has approved that. This is now the step when town council approves the acceptance of the planning commission's acceptance. And then this will move forward to a confirmatory resolution at the February 5 meeting.
Okay.
So that's the step here.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions, but otherwise, given some of the work the council has done with TIFs in the past, this is probably a familiar step.
So are we still declaratory or is this confirmatory?
It's not confirmatory. That next step will be in February.
Okay.
The final step in the process. This is the intermediate step in the process.
Okay. So what are we looking for a motion then? To approve
This would be
on second?
no, this would be as a typical resolution.
Okay.
So a motion to, I always forget if you prefer to use adopt or approve.
Okay.
Either verb would function here.
Okay, well, I'll call for a motion to adopt resolution 1-15-2026-1.
Would make a motion.
Okay, motion by Dean,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Vote for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes,
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Rick Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carried.
Thank you, council. Happy to answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, that's all I have for you this evening.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody have anything for Alex?
No.
Okay, no, thank you, Alex.
Thanks, sir.
All right, next item on the agenda, privilege of the floor, otherwise known as public comment. Would anybody in the room like to make public comment tonight?
Thank you for saying no to that. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thank you for saying no. Maxine Foster, 105 County Road 104. I just have a quick question. I've been thinking about the truck route bypass and buying the property on the east side of State Road 15.
Yep.
Right, okay. Shouldn't we make sure that we have a firm commitment from the state of Indiana, INDOT in particular, that we have a stoplight that's gonna be guaranteed there before we move forward with purchasing property on the east side of 15?
They won't give us a commitment.
They
want
We're
us
gonna
to-
be in the same pickle we're in now.
Well, we
No.
begged Indiana for one, where we are now, down here.
Like to have insight on that at all, or?
You have to know which is the cart and which is the horse.
Right.
So the horse is the road, the cart is the light. So we need to get the horse first.
What if the cart doesn't wanna go along with the horse?
Well, at some point, the traffic, there's statutes that guide when these go in.
Right.
So once we hit the,
The
those-
volume,
that volume, then it's like an automatic, has to happen.
okay,
The other thing I would say to that, Maxine, is we have the benefit of NDOT having their field office
yeah, I know,
at that intersection
Right.
for this project.
right,
For the
I
downtown
know
project.
you spoke of that.
Yeah.
And I can understand that, but I was just thinking it's still not a firm commitment from them, as we're gonna be a light, so we're gonna own property that.
Hope and faith.
So the road's gonna go in no matter what,
Right.
stoplight
What good
or
does
not.
it do us if we don't have a stoplight?
Well,
Once
That's not
the road,
us.
once the road's in, the justification, we feel the justification will be there.
more leverage.
Yeah. So south of Middlebury on State Road 13 and at County Road 20. And
Okay.
that just installed a stoplight there.
Mhm.
That traffic isn't even, I don't, might be 10% of what we've got now.
Was
I
that,
don't, right?
When I see now, I'm like, what the heck they put the light there for?
So
They
they,
got a temporary light they put there,
well, you see, there's a tactic. You get them to put in a temporary light
and they don't
somehow.
get it out.
You never,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, it was something that
Yeah.
crossed my mind after the last meeting, and you know, you had said, I know about their field office and all that, and
Yeah.
hopefully that will fall into place, but I just got to thinking about what if they don't, but if there is a certain amount of volume traffic, then they have to have the stop. Okay,
And it'd be a true intersection at that point.
I'm sorry.
It'd be a true intersection at that point.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Because now it's not a through intersection, it's just, yeah. It's-
Thank you.
Thank you, Maxine.
You're welcome.
Always glad to see you.
No.
Seriously. I am not. And thank you for your support on social media too. All right, anybody else? If not, we will close the public comment section, move on to town council. Doug, anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
Dean, anything?
Nope.
Kathy?
No, sir.
Greg?
Mhm.
Okay, I have nothing else. So next meeting will be February 5th. We will have an RDC meeting followed by our regular town council meeting. And then we've got a couple more in February too, but it'll be 2 weeks later.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else?
I
Have a
mean,
motion to
well,
adjourn?
Yeah, yes, there is.
Motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everybody.